Hello again. This is episode 20 of A Minute with Mud, and I am stuck up inside. Nothing's going on. It's a nice little snowstorm on March 21st, 2020. A slow train going by, deer eating the bird food. I'm in the middle of watching a movie called Spy Intervention, which has some humor. Having a hard time finding any good movies that I would appreciate. But I wanted to make this episode on brainwaves. Just real quick, there's multiple different kind of brainwaves. There's the alpha, theta, beta, delta, gamma, and lambda waves. Gamma is supposedly the one that comes from the sun. Lambda is what they've found in Tibetan monks who have meditated for 20 years. And I just wanted to let people know that that is one of my go-tos that has helped me a whole lot. And there's binaural beats, which one is the notes are different on each side, so it creates a symbiotic neurological connection. Hollow sync is one of the ones I first started on, and the guy developed those in the 60s. They have the dive, which is the dive and intermission or inter something that has put me to sleep. If I listen to those for multiple days in a row, the brain reorganizes. So the first few days I'm like, oh, on cloud 9, and then the couple days after that I'm like, holy shit, what is going on here? That kind of thing. There's all different kinds of them on YouTube. Some of them have subliminal messages in them. Some of them are guided, but brainwaves. So alpha brainwaves are the ones they recommend for, like, if you're studying for a test. It's kind of like your omega kind of mentality, where it's easy for learning, speed learning, and the information gets retained more often than not. Theta is like right before you go to dream. So when you're looking up into your third eye and envisioning things, the Law of One by Asara Lovejoy, or the One Command by Asara Lovejoy, is someone that turned me on to that kind of concept, where right before you go to sleep, it's like how they used to say pray before you go to bed. That's because when you're sleeping, your brain's reprocessing or reorganizing everything. Then you have, your lucid dreaming things, all that. And it has a lot to do with brainwaves and the registering of your brainwaves. When I was in my coma, on my paperwork, it said I was in a low, like 4 something brainwaves, which is really close to the Schumannic resonance of the Earth. So I was almost back to the Earth. I almost went back to the Earth. But then there's beta, which is like your day-to-day normal activities, and delta is when you're in sleep. And so there's variations of the waves, and there's also different delivery methods. Isotopic waves are the ones that affect you kind of like the binaural beats, but you don't have to have headphones on, because for binaural beats, the recommended headphones. So I'll post a whole bunch of information about that stuff and just let people know that I haven't met very many people at all who listen to brainwaves at all, and I've listened to so many times throughout my 12-year recovery, especially, and it was only about a year before my coma that I started listening to those. So yeah, I'll share a bunch of the information and just leave that at that. Quick short video on it. Even though you could go into it for a long time about it. Vibration, everything's vibration, all energy is vibration. So it makes a major difference. As there's sleep ones, there's any issue you have, look up the issue in Brainwaves. There was even some that replicated being on marijuana or LSD, acid ones, and some of them aren't as effective as the others, but there are some, like ecstasy ones, have put me in a lot of healthier mind frames. So as far as mental health goes, and expanding my horizons on educations and my own supernatural abilities, brainwaves have a lot to do with quickening the process. If you listen to lambda waves or gamma waves for multiple days in a row, I can almost guarantee you'll notice a difference. Same with music, and Tool especially with the Schism, that song, how it is just goes around and around. There's one metal band, it starts with M, I can't remember, that my friend Nosley showed me, that they do the 1 2 3 4 5, but then they go 2 3 4 5 1, kind of change it up. So vibrations are a major importance. Start listening to healthy brainwaves, and you can learn a little bit more of them in the description. Peace, love, blessings, my love, and I hope it gets warm and the sun comes back out. Back there is the Red River, one of the only I think there's 2 rivers that actually flow north, and that's one of them. So yeah, enjoy your quarantine, and I will see if I can find a place to upload this tomorrow or not. But eventually I'll have it up. Peace, love, blessings.